Hello, everyone. Erica Rock, Spiritual Catalyst, here to talk about a one key missing ingredient uh, in our lives, often, where we need this ingredient to heal. We need this ingredient to resolve our perceived problems, issues, challenges. We need this missing ingredient to elevate our frequency, speed up our healing process, and to bless ourselves, our lives, and the people that we love that are around us. And this missing ingredient is often love. Love. Now, before anyone rolls their eyes and says, "Are you kidding me?" Listen, just take a moment to listen and receive this message and see how it lands for you and see if it makes sense. See if some things click, okay? Because a lot of times we approach us needing to heal physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, logically. We try to solve it with the mind. Um, you know, things with finances or career or relationships or things like that. We try to approach these things with the mind, and I certainly did that. We're conditioned to do it. It's natural for us to do it. But when we start to really see all of life and ourselves and everything that comes to us through a different lens, like it's like one day our eyes just open and we see things differently. We perceive from a higher perspective. And from that higher perspective, what I saw was that things needed to be handled on the energetic level because everything is energy. Everything is energy. And I began to really commit to the path of self love. And I could make a whole video for hours just on that. And how do we, because a lot of times we say, love yourself more. And you're like, how? No one taught me how to do that. I don't even know how to do that. What does that look like? And it can look like a zillion things. But self care, self care, take your baths, rest more, watch a good movie, journal, read a good book, get a massage, get some energy work, take a walk in nature, go swimming in the ocean, sit by a lake or a creek, whatever works for you. And typically, the self care practices that are optimal for us are things that we used to do as a little child. So, what were the things that fed you as a kid? Like for me, I wanted to sit under trees. I could feel the power and I could feel the divine and the wisdom and the magic in trees. So a lot of times I would want to sit under them. I would just want to put my back against it, my spine against it. And it filled me up. It cleared me. It filled me. It made me feel good. And so you know what your self-care practices are, what's optimal. And the thing with walking the path of self love is we do these self care practices without guilt. No guilt for taking some time for yourself to rejuvenate yourself. Because when you show up in life as the most optimal version of you can then take better care of the people you love. You can take better care of your children. You can take better care of your partner. You can take better care and be in service to the people that mean the most to you in your life. Okay, so a lot of times when we start on the path of self-love and we begin to do self-care, yes, the guilt comes up. And the mind will tell you why you don't have time to do it, and you should be doing other things and being more productive and all of that. Let the mind and the commentary bring up whatever it's going to bring up, and then you make the choice and the decision to take care of yourself anyway. And over time, these these little thoughts, the commentary in your head, it stops. Because the self-care practices and the love that's infused into them, and the love you receive by taking care of yourself, the mind begins to see the evidence of the benefits that you're getting. And then the mind gets on board and won't contradict you wanting to do these things. It takes some consistency. You got to keep showing up and doing it for yourself anyway, and the mind will eventually get on board. Okay? So, you know, self love shows up in a lot of other ways, creating healthy boundaries, saying yes when you truly mean yes, saying no when you truly mean no, not overextending ourselves, not trying to people please, not needing to get acknowledgement from the outside, because we begin to self source, becoming our own best friend, giving ourselves what we need. Okay, so the whole path of self-love, it's a huge topic, but those are just like a few little highlights. Also, feeding your body what it truly needs, and that feels good. Feeding your soul and your heart what it truly needs. Paying attention to, what music am I listening to? What am I feeding myself? What am I watching on TV, via movies? What am I reading? What am I paying attention to? And choosing to pay attention to those things that fuel you, those things that make you feel good, those things that raise your vibration, and pulling your energy and your focus away from gossip and complaining and negativity, toxicity, and all that is quote unquote wrong. I simply do not and will not give my attention to things that are negative in service to myself. Because, if there's chaos and things brewing out here, if I throw myself down the well of darkness with everyone else, there's no one standing at the top of the well to throw the rope and say, yo, come up here, it feels better, right? So, that whole saying, misery loves company, I made a point to not chime in and focus on, discuss the misery that's happening. And it's not that I'm putting my head in the sand, it's that the best thing I can do for myself, my own vibration, for the people I love, and for the world is for me to keep my vibe up, for me to hold the vision of the highest and best for all involved. And if we all just think about that, and if we all did it, those issues, that chaos, that toxicity, that negativity wouldn't even be there. Because energy flows where attention goes, right? So if we're not feeding that, and we're feeding our highest vision, we're feeding blessings, and etc., that's what we would be creating, right? It's logical, it just makes sense. So love is often the missing ingredient in our lives. Okay, so just hear me out here. So in spirituality, like the catchphrase is love and light, love and light. We like people sign off on that on their email, love and light. People put it on social media, love and light, and all of that. But what does it really mean? What are we really pointing to when we say love and light? So let's explore that for a second. So light is information. It is intelligence. It is higher consciousness. Okay, that's what light is. And love is the peanut butter to the jelly, so to speak, the adjunct to light. It allows the higher light to be grounded and embodied. Love acts as the blessing. Okay, so if we're just working with just light all the time, we can literally fry ourselves, because love is going to be what expands our energy and raises our vibration so that we can open up and receive higher dimensional light energy, intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, etc. So we must have the love with the light. Okay. Um, light without love is going to overstimulate our nervous system. And the next thing we know, it can lead to anxiety, fear, stress, overwhelm, confusion, chaos. So we must temper the light with love. Again, it's the missing ingredient. Love is what it, like I said, it expands our vibration, elevates our frequency, to be able to handle and embody higher dimensional light and things that show up in our life. Love will help us to navigate the perceived challenges, struggles, problems that life can bring. So if you're a light worker or a healer, I just want to address this group of people right here, right now. Integrating love in your sessions, clearing things with love, healing things with love, surrounding the entire session will with love. It will yield a better result. Healings happen faster, and you can address way more stuff when you add the ingredient of love, because it rapidly speeds everything up and the results are better. You can do so much more in a short amount of time. Okay. So for the rest of people, if you don't consider yourself a healer or light worker and all of that, it's totally cool. Love is still the missing ingredient, because when we add the ingredient of love, so we're invested in self-love, we're invested in holding the energy of love. When a problem shows up and we're looking at it and we're like, I have no idea how to even go about solving that. Well, when we bring the ingredient of more love, it opens us to grace, which handles things for us. Einstein, I'm going to paraphrase Einstein, no problem can be resolved in the same consciousness in which it was created. So we need to open and expand consciousness and raise and elevate our vibration to receive the solution to whatever is going on. So adding the ingredient of love, just thinking about love, thinking about things that make your heart open so you can get in that energy of love. I like to bring in that purple pink light, which represents unconditional love. I'll place myself in this bubble of light. I'll kind of like just in my mind, like taking a photograph, write out in a couple sentences what the problem, the issue, the challenge is, and put that in a bubble, that bubble of pink, purple, unconditional love. Put it in a bubble, and I send it off up to the sky until it dissolves into the light. The love raises your frequency, and in that new frequency, our outer world begins to change. So up your love for yourself, bringing it into every area of your life, bringing it into the relationships that need more love. If there's a lot of misunderstanding, judgment, criticism, bickering, unforgiveness, resentment, all of that, it is time to put that person in a bubble of love and with your will and intention, send it up into going towards the heavens until it disappears into the light of love, because you've wrapped the situation in love. And just watch your relationships get better, more loving, more patient, more kind, more sweet, more generous, more understanding. It's amazing how I've had situations where I swear the person or people, they just couldn't hear me. I was being misunderstood. They couldn't hear me. They couldn't receive what I was saying. There was conflict in communication. And the more I wrapped the situation and the people involved in love, the next thing I knew, like, they could suddenly hear what I was saying. They got it. And I got them too. It wasn't just one way. It was like there was this increased patience and respect and a yearning to want to understand, truly understand each other. And with it came forgiveness and beautiful stuff. Wrap your finances in love. You know, if money is eluding you and it seems like every time money comes into your hands, it's going out just as fast, the key ingredient to upping your receiving abundance is love. So see, feel, allow, imagine your bank account, your savings account, your investments wrapped in this bubble of love, send it up to the heavens to be brought into the light of love. And doing this consistently, watch how your finances get better. Um, it's amazing. So love is the key and missing ingredient. If there's parts of our lives that aren't going well, we've got to up the love. Intend it, pray for it, call it in, wrap yourself in. I mean, to me, that color, that purple pink color that represents unconditional divine love, that works for me. But try on different things. You know, ask your higher self, show me how to love myself more. Show me how to increase my capacity for self-love, self-care, self-understanding, self-acceptance, self-forgiveness. These are all facets of self-love. Um, but honestly, love is the answer to everything we're facing in our lives. So bring it in. You know, we hear this and we think it's kind of like, oh, kind of cheesy, like, oh yeah, like whatever. But honestly, if you dedicate yourself to bringing this in, marinating in it, understanding what it really truly looks like to love yourself, because most of us have not learned this. We didn't have teachers that showed us this. Our parents didn't know how to love themselves most of the time. So how could they possibly teach you this? These are things we learn later when we realize that that's what's truly important, right? So ask your higher self to show you. Ask to be taught how to do it. And little by little, or not, quantum leap by quantum leap, you will be living this life where your love for yourself is so illuminated and it affects every single area of your life, brings in abundance and blessings and healing and vitality and awesome health, increased energy levels, ideas, inspirations, guidance, wisdom, intuition, all of it, all of it. So bring this very important ingredient into your life and see the infinite blessings that begin to show up. Life brings you a problem, challenge, struggle, or whatever. Let's not try to figure it out from the mind. Everything's energy. So basking in the energy of love and asking to be shown what needs to be healed or cleared here so this can resolve, remembering no problem can be solved in the same consciousness from which it was created. Elevate your vibration. The problem either resolves, goes away, or your perception of the problem changes and it doesn't appear as a problem anymore. So this is it, guys. This is it. Make a powerful decision and choice now to bring love into your life on all levels and be blessed and abundant now and always. So if you have any questions about today's share, post in the comments below. And if you have any comments or experiences you want to share, also post that in the comments below. And if you know of someone that could benefit from this, please share it with them. I always appreciate that. So thank you again for connecting in today, for hearing this, receiving it. And I hope to hear back from you. Love y'all. Till next time.